Hello and welcome to PMCLounge.com. Today, as we draw to a close of our discussion on cost management knowledge area, let's look at some of the practice questions. But before we do so, let me remind you of some of the most important links that you are going to find in the description. The first link is going to take you to a related article. So if you are into reading questions and answering them rather than watching an entire video, first link in the description is going to be helpful. That will be taking you to the related article on the pmclounge.com website. The second link will be a playlist of all the practice questions that we have done so far on all the knowledge areas. And third and fourth link are going to be all about cost management knowledge area. So the third link is going to be every video that we have ever done, all the explainer videos on cost management concepts, and fourth is going to be the answers to your FAQs, frequently asked questions, our lounge fever series. So all these links are extremely important. Do check them out. And without further ado, let's get started with question number one, practice questions, cost management knowledge area. If EV is 550, AC is 650, PV is 600, what would be the CV? Now, EV, as we all know, is earned value. AC is the actual cost. PV is the plan value, while CV is the cost variance that you need to find out. Let's look at the options. 50, minus 50, 100, minus 100. Now, all you need to solve this question is the formula for CV. The formula for CV is EV minus AC. So EV, you have the value of EV already here, which is 550, and AC, the value of AC is 650. So when you subtract the two, the answer you get is D minus 100, and that is actually the right answer. Now, do you notice how they have given the value of PV, planned value, as well? But this is of no use in this question. This is an example of red herring information that is not needed. Red herring information which is not needed and is there just to confuse you. So if you know the formula for CV, this is an easy question to solve. But if you're wondering why PV, the value of PV is given in the question, where should it be used, then you'll get confused. So don't do so. Understand the fact that you will have questions in your PMP exam that will have red herring, extra information which will not be useful for solving the question. Let's move on. Which of the following is not a tool and technique for the process of determine budget? So determine budget is the process. Make sure you know that, you understand that. And the options are cost aggregation, resource calendars, funding limit reconciliation, and reserve analysis. By the way, we have covered all these topics separately as well. So links in the description are going to be helpful. Now, over here at pmclounge.com, we always tell you that learning the ITTOs, the inputs, tools and techniques and outputs, is not required to clear the PMP exam. And you may wonder, this question, question 2, is a simple straightaway question if you know the ITTO. But then of course, you will find certain questions in the PMP exam that will be this straightforward, wherein if you knew the ITTO, you would be able to answer. But if you don't know the ITTO, but you do know what the processes do, right? You understand the processes, you understand the flow of project management, then you'll realize that determine budget is a process where you are coming up with the budget. What should be the tools and techniques to be used to come up with a budget? Cost aggregation, of course, it is a tool and technique that you need to add up all the cost. Funding limit reconciliation, of course, it is a tool and technique so that you know where to stop. Reserve analysis, of course, it is a tools and technique so that you know what should be your different reserves, the management reserves and contingency reserve. But resource calendars is actually not a tool and technique. It is an input to this process. It is simply the calendars of the resources when the resources are available. And you need this to determine the budget. You need the cost of the resources and their availability to come up with the budget. So no matter, you don't have to learn the ITTOs. All you need to do is to understand what the project, the processes do, and to understand what these concepts are all about. Now, question three, you are the project manager and in the process of a midway review. So since you're the project manager, you're doing a midway review at the end of the first year of a 50,000 US dollars project. Okay. So the cost of the project is 50,000 US dollars. The earned value analysis shows that PV is, okay, they have given the plan value 25,000 US dollars. EV earned value is 20,000 US dollars and AC the actual cost is 15,000 US dollars. What can be determined from these figures? So you have these figures. What is your conclusion? Let's look at the options. The project is behind schedule and over budget. The project is ahead of schedule and under budget. The project is ahead of schedule and over budget, and the project is behind schedule and under budget. I'll share a link in the description to all the formulas of earned value analysis and the examples that we have taken up. If you go over that, you will definitely be able to solve this question. Now, let's do a schedule variance and a cost variance. SV and CV, you have to find this out. This will help you understand whether you're ahead of schedule or behind schedule, or whether you are over or under budget. Now, SV, the formula of SV is EV minus PV. So you have the value of EV here and you have the value of PV here. So this is the value of PV. When you do a subtraction, EV minus PV, you get minus 5,000 US dollars. So minus 5K is the value of SV. Let's find out CV, the formula for CV is EV minus AC. So EV is here and AC is here. 20,000 minus 15,000, which means the value of CV is positive 5,000. Now, what do you understand out of these two values? The SV here, since it is in negative, it says that you are behind schedule. So the answer could be either A or D, because clearly you are behind schedule here. The CV, which is a positive value, which means you are under budget. So that means the correct answer should be D, which says the project is behind schedule and it is under budget. Let's move on. The CPI of 0.73 means, CPI of course is cost performance index. So if you have a value of 0.73, which is less than 1 for CPI, what does that mean? The project would cost 73% more than originally planned. The project would cost 27% more than originally planned. The project would cost 73% less than originally planned, or the project is only getting 0.73 dollars out of every $1 spent. If you have watched all of our videos on cost management, you will clearly select option D, that the project is only getting $0.73 out of every $1 spent, because this line is specifically what we discussed in one of our videos, that CPI determines how much your project is getting out of the dollar X that your project is earning out of every $1 that you spend. That is exactly what CPI is for. But let's say you don't know this, then you can do one other thing, which is apply the formula for CPI. The formula for CPI is EV divided by AC. Now, when you do a division of EV and AC and you get the answer as 0.73, it clearly means that EV is less than AC. That's why you're getting a value which is less than 1. So if the earned value, whatever value that you're earning out of the actual cost that you're spending is less, whatever you're earning is pretty less as compared to the actual cost that you're spending, right? So this definitely means that you are getting less value out of every dollar that you're spending, out of the actual cost that you're spending. And that way you should be able to select option D as the correct answer. the SPI of 0.67 means. Now, similar question, right? The SPI of 0.67, what does that mean? Again, we have covered this in our videos as well. You are ahead of schedule by 33%. You are behind schedule by 67%. You are progressing at only 67% of the rate originally planned. You are progressing at only 33% of the rate originally planned. Now, the answer for this is, of course, C. You're progressing at only 67% of the rate originally planned. How do you find that? Again, if you apply the formula for SPI, which is EV divided by PV. So when you do a division between EV and PV and the value that you get, the answer that you get is 0.67. Again, it means that your EV is less than PV. PV is more, which means whatever value that you're earning is less than what you had planned. So earlier you planned that you would achieve more than what you're earning in actual, which means you are progressing at only 67% of the rate that you originally planned. Now, you may say, okay, then option D can also be right, because you are also in option D, you are also progressing at a lower rate than you planned. And that's when you have to also look at the value that you're getting out of SPI, which is 0.67, which corresponds to 67% in the answer. So that is all that we had in this video. Do hit the like button if you found this video helpful, and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you haven't done so already. Like I said, all the important links are in description, so don't forget to check them out. And as always, don't forget to check out the website pmclounge.com as well, your number one free PMP resource. Thank you.